In this problem, we use the law of sines. In words, the law of sines says the sine of each angle divided by the side corresponding to that angle is equal for each angle and side. In other words, the law of sines says that for any triangle, the sine of the measure of an angle A over length A equals the sine of the measure of the angle B over length B equals the sine of the measure of angle C over length C. So we want to solve this triangle, which means we want to find the measure of the angle A and the lengths of little a and little b. Well, for starters, let's go ahead and find the measure of angle A. We know that the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a triangle must be 180 degrees. So the measure of angle A has got to be 180 degrees minus 45 degrees minus 95 degrees, or the measure of angle A is 40 degrees. Now let's go ahead and find length A. By the law of sines, we could say the sine of the measure of angle A over length A equals the sine of the measure C over length C. In other words, we can say the sine of 40 degrees over A equals the sine of 95 degrees over 5, which is C. That means that A times the sine of 95 degrees equals 5 times the sine of 40 degrees, or A equals 5 times the sine of 40 degrees over the sine of 95 degrees. If we evaluate this expression in our calculator, we get that A is about 3.23 units. Now all we need to do is figure out B. Well, the sine of the angle B, 45 degrees, over the length B equals the sine of 95 degrees over 5, which means B times the sine of 95 degrees equals 5 times the sine of 45 degrees. B equals 5 times the sine of 45 degrees divided by the sine of 95 degrees. Evaluate this expression in our calculator, we get that B is approximately 3.55. Now, although not an absolute check, we can verify the reasonableness of our answer by seeing whether or not the longest side, or the largest angle has the longest side opposite, and then the smallest angle, which is 40 degrees, should have the shortest side opposite. And that is in fact the case, so at least we know our answer is reasonable.